Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, test 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. From the broadcast desk, testing 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. Well, Peter, looks like we got some babies out on the track right now. There's 3 of them right across the track here. We see All-Star Shining Girl, Sunshine Beach filly out of the Shadow Play Dam Playgirl, half-sister to All-Star Playboy, who's a 5-year-old stag party gelding. 71 starts, 15 wins, over $82,000 in purse money, and a mark of 152 and 4 at Rito Carlton Raceway at age 4. Bred by Ken Albrecht of Milverton and Nathan Albrecht of Millbank, Ontario. Purchased for $7,000 at the London Classic Sale, owned by Mitchell Ellsworth of St. Louis. trained by Joe Baxter and driven by his son, Sean Baxter.
There you go, yeah. So, yes, Sean will be in the jog cart this morning. Joe does the training, like you said, owned by Mitchell Ellsworth. And Joe Baxter had a big year, Rock, in 2025 as a trainer. 132 starts last year as a trainer, 23 wins, 22 second-place finishes, 18 third-place finishes, and up over $168,000 in earnings. So a big year for Joe with an average of 312 on the training side.
Absolutely. Great year for Joe. And there we see Kenny Murphy out there with Elm Grove Aveda, the fine diamond filly out of the Shanghai Phil Dam Marina Desby. Half-sister to Up Joey's Credit, 7-year-old Up the Credit Gelding. 137 starts, 16 wins, over $163,000 in purse money, and a mark of 150-3 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Bred by Bobby Gordon of Elmsdale, purchased for $12,000 at the Atlantic Classic sale. Owned by Joe Baxter of Kensington, Brian Ramsey of Summerside, Hayden Rice of Kelly's Cross, and Elm Grove Farms of Elmsdale, trained by Joe Baxter and driven by Mr. Kenny Murphy.
Yeah, Kenny, of course, had a great 2025 as well. We're looking up the stats for Kenny last year as a driver in 2025, 840 starts. He had 126 wins, 126 seconds, and 127 thirds. So that's very, very consistent. Up over $642,000 in earnings for Kenny and an average of 283. So just a dynamite season in 2025 for Ken Murphy.
Yes, he certainly did, Peter. I just switched to the wireless mic here, so hopefully people can hear me a little bit better. There's the 3, Eyes So Sweet, a fine diamond filly out of the McTarnell Dam. Prolific, first foal of Prolific, who was a half-sister to Never Pop to Blugs, a 9-year-old big bad John Gelding from 190 starts, 33 wins, over $352,000 in purse earnings, and a mark of 150 at Scioto Downs at age 6, bred by Trevor Easter of Morel. Purchased for $2,500 at the Atlantic Classic sale, owned by Guy and Gina Turbide of Overo Maison, Quebec, trained and driven by Joe Baxter.
Yeah, and the 3 there, as you mentioned, the filly is by Fine Diamond. And Fine Diamond, a nice sire, 193 lifetime starts, 27 wins, up over $830,000 life, and a mark of 150 at happened at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And welcome to Red Shores Summerside on a Sunday morning. Rocky Skirman and Peter McPhee here. Rock, we did this last Sunday in Charlottetown, so we're here in Summerside this morning, and we did it last year as well. It's always nice to see the young horses on the track.
Yeah, it definitely is. If you remember last year, Peter, it was raining. They had some mud out there, and there were some good sets. We saw Sporty Anthony last year. He was a champion colt this year, and hopefully we see some champions out on the track today.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Not raining yet.
No, not raining yet. Just a little bit on the way up this morning, but I think it's going to hold off. Maybe this afternoon we'll see some more rain, but let's get these in and the qualifiers a little bit later on here this morning in Summerside. And Rock, some good racing last night in Charlottetown as well.
Oh, that blood money we were talking on the way up here.
Yeah.
He went around that turn with no hobbles on, like, wow.
That's what I said, too, on the broadcast. I couldn't believe how they scooted out of there 4 wide. They were going hard. And Jill, he did not back down.
27 and a bit.
Yeah.
He looked very impressive.
Yeah, looked good again. That's 2 in a row for him to start the meet. So, again, we're back live Thursday night in Charlottetown for racing. And we'll get these sets underway here in Summerside in just a moment. 3 in the first set this morning.
So if you have a look on the in-house monitors on the backstretch, 3 across the track. We're going to go with All-Star Shining Girl, Sunshine Beach Filly from the Shadow Play Dam Playgirl, trained by Joe Baxter, driven by Sean Baxter this morning. The 2 is Elm Grove Veda, Fine Diamond Filly out of the Shanghai Phil Dam Marina Desby, trained by Joe Baxter, driven by Kenny Murphy. And on the outside 3 is Eyes So Sweet, a Fine Diamond Filly out of the McArdle Dam Prolific, trained and driven by Joe Baxter. I'll be doing the timing today, Peter.
Okay.
I see Scotty McLean anyway.
He doesn't have his off here this morning.
We got his son Matthew up there on the camera, but
Yeah. Well, it looks like we got a good start here, Rock.
it's a very good start.
And 3 wide here. Eyes So Sweet for Joe Baxter, leaving hard.
Leaving very hard. Going out there for the lead. Down along the rail now, we got All-Star Shining Girl. And at the back, it looks like a roan filly. That is Elm Grove Veda with Kenny Murphy.
So Eyes So Sweet, like you said, 2-year-old filly by Fine Diamond. Joe Baxter gonna front this here, and this was a $2,500 Atlantic Classic sale purchase. So we talked about Fine Diamond, the sire, pretty good sire, 27 lifetime wins, up over $830,000 in earnings, and a record of 150 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. So looking good on the front.
Very good. And you know, Joe Baxter does a really good job. They're at the quarter in about 39 seconds. He does a really good job, as you can see here, the 3 of them right together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1 sitting in the 2-hole, All-Star Shining Girl. That's Sean Baxter sitting in the 2-hole. $7,000 purchase at the London Classic sale. And he'll sit 2, and Kenny Murphy's 3, and making a little bit of a move here. Yeah.
With Elm Grove Veda, Fine Diamond Filly out of the Shanghai Phil Dam Marina Desby. And
oh, that's quite a move.
He's going to take the front here, coming to the half. And they're getting to the half in pretty good time. At the half in about 1:16 and a bit.
Nice move by Elm Grove Veda there. $12,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale. We talked about Kenny's year, Rock, and he's just been unreal the last couple of years in the driver's seat. 840 starts last year, 126 wins, over 600,000 in money, and 283 the average.
That's got to be a career year.
It was, yeah. And the money side it was for sure, and the win side as well.
Yeah. No, he had a great season. Loves coming to Summerside.
He does. He's here every week.
And we love seeing him at Summerside.
Yeah, and we love the smile, too. Everywhere he goes, he's in a great mood.
I'll tell you a little funny story. One time we're in Charlottetown, Robbie and I and Derek staying on the first turn. And he come by us with a fast leaving, I think it was a clean horse. Anyway, could leave 100.
Yeah.
I said to him, "You going to leave?" He just kind of smiled. And when he got into that first turn to the front, he looked right over at us in the big. I tell you, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's a great guy. A little move here late from All-Star Shining Girl. Sean Baxter going to challenge Kenny in the lane.
Yep, and they're going to finish up together, the 3 of them. Sean's going to move over a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Joe kind of splitting the horses here.
Up in between them here, and we got a really good finish. The 3 of them finishing up together here.
Excellent set.
And a mile and around 2:32, I had it. That was a really good set.
Yeah, nice set for all 3. All-Star Shining Girl. The filly by Sunshine Beach was Sean Baxter. Elm Grove Veda, that was Kenny Murphy there. 2-year-old filly by Fine Diamond. And Eyes So Sweet, Joe Baxter, 2-year-old filly by Fine Diamond. As well, set number 1.
Look good. some prize draws here today, and the first winner is Brian Ramsey.
Yeah, congratulations to Brian. We'll have a draw after every set here this morning, and also have a couple of prizes from Red Shores as well, so I'll announce those throughout the morning here as we get ready for set number 2. And Rocky, you're really not that far away.
You're right. School's winding down, the school season, as we're into May already. And we have the Governor's Plate eliminations July the 12th here, and the Plate Week is July 14th to the 18th. Welcome back to the Lobster Carnival, Peter.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, Rock. Great to have the two properties back together.
They're going to be closer, apparently. The rides and stuff are going to be closer.
Out here, yeah. Okay, that's going to be great for everybody.
It is.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's Governor's Plate 58, sponsored by Warren Ellis, Summerside Chrysler Dodge. We thank them again for their title sponsorship in 2026. So like you said, the eliminations on the 12th, the finals on the 18th. We'll be here for that. We always are. Enjoy working with you on that night. And again, we'll see a great night of racing. It's going to be awesome.
And post time at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, new post time as well. That's right. So keep that in mind when you're coming to the Governor's Plate on the 18th of July, post time. First post, 5 p.m.
And the new tote board looked good last night.
It looked really good, Rock. It was in on Wednesday of this week. They assembled it on Thursday, did some testing on Friday, and we had it ready to roll last night. So
it looked really good on TV anyway.
Yeah, it was nice to see it. It was easy to read from everywhere, so had a lot of good comments on it. So, we'll work the bugs out the first few weeks.
For sure, yeah.
But, yeah, looking great.
Yep. Test.
So set number 2, the horses are out on the track here this morning. We'll see the 4 here. This is All-Star McQueen, Paul Langell this morning, Ballastar Cays for Taylor Doyle, and Woodmere Pepper, Ryan DeRoche, Rock.
Yep, we got 3 of them back out there again. As you said, All-Star McQueen's a McWicket filly out of the So Surreal Dam So Beautiful. Her Dam So Beautiful is a half-sister to Octane Blue Chip, who from 117 starts at 21 wins. Owned by Susan McKagan of Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia, trained by Colin Marchbank, driven by Paul Langell. And we have Bellstar Cays, a Tobago Cays filly out of an example dam, Ponnell Bay Tia. Owned by Hal Smith of Ponnell and Ian Smith of Stratford, trained by Colin Marchbank, driven by Taylor Doyle. And Woodmere Pepper is a Bet the Moon filly out of the Western Ideal Dam, Time to Win, Owned by Susan McKagan of Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia, trained by Colin Marchbank, driven by Kyle DeRoche, and away they go.
Another good start, Rock, here with the 4, 5, and 6.
And you know, I was jogging these babies at the first of the spring there.
Okay, these guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Blaine McKenna. They're from the Blaine McKenna stable, trained by Kyle Marchbank.
5 with an early move here, Taylor Doyle with the Racetrack.
Yes, that's the one for Hal Smith and Ian Smith, driven by Taylor Doyle. And up on the outside, you see Woodmere Pepper coming.
Another nice move early.
Ryan DeRoche in the bike. And trailing the field is All-Star McQueen, the McWicked filly, with Paul Angel.
Yeah, big move here by the 6. Woodmere Pepper, $5,500 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale. This is Ryan DeRoche. And Ryan, pretty good year in 2025. He had 50 wins from 525 starts, up over $230,000 in earnings, and he's been a nice addition to the driving colony.
Yes, he has. I don't know, 36-2 to the quarters up on the screen there. They're coming down the stretch now. In front of the grandstand for the first time with Woodmere Pepper cutting this one out. Bellstar K's in the 2-hole, and trailing early is All-Star McQueen.
Yeah, Bellstar K's is the 2-year-old filly by Tobago K's. Great sire, Tobago K's, 155 lifetime starts, 31 wins, up over $800,000 in earnings, and took a record of 150 as a 6-year-old at Pocono, and he's been a nice sire, Tobago K's.
Absolutely has been. And the half and 1:13-4 now as they race by the 5/8. Now they're going to go to the backstretch. Woodmere Pepper is cutting this one out. Good looking filly, this Woodmere.
They all
Pepper.
look good.
I like her since she came in. And there's the 5 muscling up there in the 2-hole. That's Bellstar K's. And getting right up in the rig and trailing is All-Star McQueen now, 3/4 in 152. And there's some movement, Peter, from the 4, All-Star McQueen with Paul Angel.
Yeah, $9,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic All-Star McQueen and Langell. We got to talk about him. He had a great year in 2025. 750 starts as a driver, 134 wins, up over $600,000 in earnings for Paul and a record, and an average of 300. He's making a late move here.
And the 3 of them are going to fan out down the stretch, and this is how you train babies, Peter. They're going to finish up together. A good-looking set. 3 of them right across the track here.
Beautiful finish. Wow.
Inside, we got the 5 coming out on top. 228-1. Good trip.
Excellent effort.
Hayes with Taylor Doyle.
Like you said, perfect set. They all finished up together. Looked great.
They did.
Set number 2 is complete at Red Shores and Summerside. We'll be back with set number 3 in just a moment.
And another winner for our prize draws this morning. To Green Hawk, it's Susan McKagan. Congratulations.
Perfect. Well, Rocket's now right around the corner here. Look at that. That's coming quick.
I just said it. Monday, May the 18th, post time at 12:30. And we got that guaranteed $2,000 I'll pick 5. The low 15% takeout, races 1 through 5. That's a nice picture.
I love that promo, Rock. I love the picture. And it's such a great shot of Summerside. We got the horses just about to leave. Great looking crowd there as well. And I'm telling you, it's creeping up. May 18th is really around the corner.
It is just around the corner. We're at the 3rd already today. So.
Yep. And it's always a great day, opening day here. There's some prize giveaways and, there'll be some. Pardon me?
2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow. Exactly. So I know you'll be working the desk, and it'll be a great day. It always is to open up Summerside. And just a reminder to fans watching this morning, post time will be 12:30 on the 18th.
Yep. Yeah, we got some more babies out on the track, just about to come onto the camera. We got Hannah Taylor as a Source of Pride filly out of the Art Major Dam, Coral Hanover. Full sister to Little Leroy.
Oh, wow, a nice horse.
5-year-old Source of Pride gelding, who from 42 starts has 10 wins, over $82,000 in purse earnings, and a sparkling record of 152-2 at the Charlottetown Driving Park last season. Bred by Eldred Nicholson of North Wiltshire, purchased for $6,000 at the Atlantic Classic sale, owned by Joanne Lester and Marion Stewart of Albany, trained by Joe Baxter and driven by Kenny Murphy.
Yeah, Source of Pride, very nice sire. 120 lifetime starts, 21 wins, up over 300,000 in earnings, and took a record at Yonkers as a 3-year-old at 150-4.
We got Salzburg Go-Go, who's a Somewhere Fancy filly out of the Better's Delight Dam. First Delight, half sister to Salzburg Feisty. It's a 5-year-old Big Jim mare. From 71 starts, has 19 wins, over $85,000 in purse earnings, and a mark of 155-4 at Truro Raceway at age 3. Bred by Salzburg Stables Incorporated of Windsor, Nova Scotia. Purchased for $20,000 at the Atlantic Classic sale. Owned by Joe Baxter of Kensington, trained by Joe, and driven by his son, Sean Baxter.
Yeah, Somewhere Fancy, Rock. We remember 2018 Gold Cup and Saucer winner for Simon Allard, 150-4. And get back the following year, race great, second to Rock Diamonds.
And 3 is Wicked Vicky, is a McWicked filly out of the Mach 3 Dam St. Led's Billie Jean, a half-sister to the Vicar. 5-year-old Art Speak gelding from 31 starts, has 12 wins, over $126,000 in money, and a mark of 150-1 at Woodbine Mohawk Park at age 3. Bred by Greg McKenzie and Megan Baird of Scottsburn, Nova Scotia. Purchased for $9,000 at the Atlantic Classic sale. Owned by Mitchell Ellsworth of St. Louis, PEI. Trained and driven by Joe Baxter.
Okay, there they are for set number 3. They'll turn, and we'll pick them back up when they're ready to roll. Okay, we're getting ready for set number 3 here this morning. Rock, first 2 sets were great. All the horses looking great so far, and I think these guys are going to turn eventually here and go pretty soon.
They are, yeah. But like you said, the last set, they finished up really good.
Beautiful finish.
Really good finishing, 3 of them.
And this set, like again, we'll remind folks, the one in here is Hannah Taylor for Ken Murphy, $6,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale.
The 2 is Salzburg Go-Go, Somewhere Fancy. It's a $20,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale by Joe Baxter, and he's the owner, trainer, and the trainer, driven by Sean Baxter.
And 3 will be Wicked Vicky, 2-year-old filly by McWicked, and that was a $9,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale. So those are the 3 for set number 3. Set number 3 getting ready to go here in Summerside this morning. First 2 have been great. Now listen, you were telling me last week you were a granddad. How's everything going?
Well, I was down to visit yesterday, and she slept in my arms for over 2 hours.
Get out of here. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you everybody's excited.
Very excited.
Yeah, that's great for everyone. Congrats again.
Yeah, thanks. Set number 3 has Hannah Taylor, a Source of Pride filly. $6,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale, driven by Kenny Murphy. The 2 is Salzburg Go-Go, Somewhere Fancy filly. $20,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale, driven by Sean Baxter. And the 3 on the outside is Wicked Vicky, a McWicked filly. Was a $9,000 purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale, driven by Joe Baxter. 3 of them across the track, Peter, at the top of the stretch.
Looking good again. I think they all kind of just want to leave out at the same time here, Rock. Teach them a little bit how to leave. Looks like we're going to have another nice start.
Dandy start. 3 of them across the track, and in the middle, that is Salzburg Go-Go, firing out for the lead. Down along the rail, we have Hannah Taylor, and coming up on the outside is Wicked Vicky as they race into that first turn.
Yeah, like you said, Salzburg Go-Go, it's a nice purchase at the Atlantic Classic sale for $20,000. Sean Baxter this morning in the cart.
And coming into 2, that is Wicked Vicky, a $9,000 Atlantic Classic sale purchase by Mitchell Ellsworth. Looking good in the 2-hole, and Kenny Murphy is going to trail here, but I think he's going to be on the move early with Hannah Taylor. That's the full sister to Little Leroy. Oh, there's some movement early here.
Yeah, nice move up.
As Joe Baxter pops the 2-hole with Wicked Vicky past the quarter in 39 4. And he's going to make the top here as they move into that 3/8 turn for the first time.
Yeah, Wicked Vicky on top, like you mentioned, for Joe Baxter. Salzburg Go-Go, Sean Baxter 2, and Kenny Murphy with Hannah Taylor 3 right now. And Salzburg Go-Go, he is by Somewhere Fancy, and what a year he had in the Maritimes. And he was the winner of the 2018 Gold Cup for Simon Laird, 150-4. There you said, Kenny was making a move.
He's going to be moving here, and he's right to the front in the blink of an eye, coming to the half. You know, I said this last year, I can remember on camera when we were talking, Peter. These sets are really good for these horsemen. Now go home tonight and they can watch their...
I remember you saying that last year, yeah.
Yes.
So if you don't catch it live, you can go back and take a look, which is great. UMI doing a great job today. Zach and Matt are here.
Zach and Matt. We got Matthew McLean, one of the best. Shout-outs last year. I know his father, Scott, said I'd give him a big head by doing that. But
well, Matt showed up this morning. I don't think Scott's here, is he?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Happened 1:16-2 as they move to the 3/4. And we got some movement here.
Again, Rock, they look great. They're all racing right here.
and they're going to battle to the 7/8 turn. They are looking really good here, these three babies. And the 3 is not to be left out. He's going to make a 3-wide move here at the head of the stretch.
154 and 3, you got that in your clock, or Matthew's doing that now?
I gave it up.
Okay.
Matt said he had the app and he's going to do it, so I stopped. Down the stretch they come here in the inside. We got Hannah Taylor in the middle. We got Salzburg Go-Go. And coming up to join them is Wicked Vicky. 3 of them right across the track here. What a finish.
Beauty again.
And Hannah Taylor at the rail in 2:31.1. That was a good set.
Excellent set. All 3 have been great this morning here in Summerside. Kudos to the guys out there and the horses. They've looked great. I thought that was great. They really were racing on the backside there that time.
They were. And Hannah Taylor stretching it out there a little bit.
Yeah, and they always finish up strong.
Finish up strong. Keep going a little bit so they don't know the end of a mile. And we get another winner, Green Hawk gift certificate. We got Joanne Stewart.
Okay, and
who, ironically enough, is part owner of Hannah Taylor.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
So if you hear your name this morning, you can come up to the Oval and pick up your prize from Rocky and I. And Rock, those 3 winners again are...
we got Susan McKagan.
Yep.
Brian Ramsey and Joanne Stewart.
Yeah, so if you heard your name, come see Rocky and I at the Oval to pick up your prize.
We have a couple of more winners, Peter, in our draws here this morning. We have Mitchell Ellsworth, punch for 2 at O'Brien's.
That's right. And
the second one is Red Shores Weekend Brunch for 2, top of the park.
Ian Smith.
Ian Smith.
Yep, you got it. So again, if you've heard your name for prizes this morning, pop up to the Oval. Rocky and I are here and pick up your prize. Again, Rock, it's an important slate here today for what we're doing.
Entries are open from May the 1st to the 29th at 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. You can enter the consignment online at PEIharnessracing.ca or by phone at 902-569-1682. Visit Atlantic-Classic.com for sale preview, online sale catalog, pedigree links, and sale results.
Yeah, and take note this year, the Atlantic Classic Sale 2026, October 9th. It's an 11 a.m. start this year. Just note that, 11 a.m. start at the Crapo Exhibition Grounds. Always a great day, Rock, up there in Crapo.
The preview. Last year I was down to the sale preview the night before.
Mm-hmm. Yep, super day.
Hannah Taylor. I remember looking at her.
Okay. So, yeah, mark it down in your calendars. October 9th, 11 a.m. Crapo Exhibition Ground for the Atlantic Classic Sale.
And we got them turning on the backstretch, Peter. This is set number 4.
Okay, out the track we go here for set 4.
We got Always Somewhere's a Somewhere Fancy Colt out of the Rock and Roll Hanover Dam, Tous Yours. Have brother to check your chip, 5-year-old Arthur Blue Chip gelding. Owned by James Trainer of Ellerslie, Rebecca Blaisdell of Inverness, and Kyle Williams of Coleman, trained and driven by Kyle Williams. The 2 is Redland Chia, Peng Shui Philly out of the Abetter's Delight Dam, Woodmere Nora, owned by James Trainer of Ellerslie and Kyle Williams of Coleman, trained by Kyle Williams, driven by Paul Angel, and Willoughby. Perfect Sting filly out of the Sports Writer Dam Bid Writer, owned by Susan McKagan of Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia, trained by Kyle Marchbank and driven by Ryan DeRoche. 3 of them down the stretch here for set number 4.
Looking good again as they all are ready to roll.
Yeah, 3 of them across the track here. And the 4 looks like it's going to cut it. In the middle is Redland Chia and Willoughby. Perfect Sting filly. And the 5's going to cut it. Redland Chia for Paul Angel.
Yeah, out front here, Redland Chia, like you mentioned, 2-year-old filly by Peng Shui, $16,000 Atlantic Classic sale purchase. And again, it's by Peng Shui. Peng Shui, nice sire, 64 lifetime starts, 11 wins, up over 500,000 in earnings, and pace 3, lifetime mark of 150 and 4 at the Meadows.
And they were at that quarter in 35-1, heading into the 3/8 turn now for the first time. They'll set their way down to the half, down to the stretch here, as we see Redland Chia cutting it out. In the 2-hole, that's Always Somewhere, and trailing the field early is Willoughby. As they approach the halfway point, they're there now.
Yeah, the 4 Always Somewhere, like you mentioned, 2-year-old colt by Somewhere Fancy, Atlantic Classic sale purchase for $7,000, sitting in the 2-hole right now for Kyle Williams. And then Willoughby, that was a $4,000 purchase U.S. at the Harrisburg sale. Willoughby, and that's Ryan DeRoche with the 6 right now, sitting 3.
Half in 1:10-2.
Paul stretching it out a little bit here.
Yeah. Got some movement up the backstretch here as the 5 Redland Chia is cutting it out. And up on the outside, we got Willoughby, the Perfect Sting filly, coming up on the outside and coming back on at the rail. That is the colt, Always Somewhere. 3/4 in 1:45-2, heading into the far turn now for the final time. And Willoughby up on the outside to challenge the leader, Redland Chia. And don't count the colt out yet. He's going to tip 3 wide off the turn. Down the stretch they come for home. This is going to be a good finish too, Peter.
Wow.
3 of them right across the track here. The colt's up on the far outside. Willoughby in the middle, and another filly, Redland Chia at the rail. And they finish up together in 2:18-4. That was a good mile.
That's excellent. Again, racing strong on the backside, 3/4, and they were all together as they swung off that final turn, and they finished up perfectly.
Yeah, really good set. That's a good-looking colt.
Yeah, nice.
He's a big colt.
Yeah, it's Always Somewhere, like we said, 2-year-old colt by Somewhere Fancy for Kyle Williams there. Redland Chia, that was Paul Angel, 2-year-old filly by Peng Shui, and Willoughby, that was Ryan DeRoche, 2-year-old filly by Perfect Sting. Excellent set in the 4th.
Another winner of the Green Hawk gift card is Rebecca Blaisdell. So we got Susan McKagan, Brian Ramsey, Joanne Stewart, and Rebecca Blaisdell so far. You can come to the broadcast desk to pick up your prizes.
Yep, Mitchell Ellsworth as well, and Ian Smith. So again, if you've heard your name, and you can come pick up your prize, come and see Rocky and I in the Oval.
There's a look at the Atlantic Sire Stakes new sponsor. We got to thank them. Title sponsor is the PEI Standard Horse Owners Association of the 2026 Atlantic Sire Stakes.
Yeah, again, thank you again to everyone with the PEI Standard Horse Owners Association. They've stepped up this year to be the title sponsor and in 2026. And for all your information, and those dates are coming soon, information and dates, you can find them at AtlanticSiresStakes.ca.
For the final. Well, we got some more horses out there, Peter. I lost the wireless mic there. The battery died, so I don't know if people can hear me or not, but it's been a great morning.
Oh, yeah, it's been great, Rocket. Again, what I've noticed is how the horses have raced on the second part of the mile, and they all look great. And we want to thank everybody for putting the horses in this morning and getting an early look at these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. They finished up together, some great sets. And we're going to see a good set here because there's 4 of them in this one.
There is, and again, great working with you here this morning. Opening day, not that far away on the 18th, is it?
2 weeks from tomorrow. It's going to be great.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Afternoon post time at 12:30. Don't forget that.
You got it. Thanks for everybody for tuning in this morning as well. I know people are excited to see the young horses, and we enjoy doing it here. So we have set number 5 coming up next.
And there's 4 of them out there right now. Peter, as I mentioned, we got Bet I'm Good and Ready, a Panther Hanover colt out of the Canadian Now, Dan Bet 'em Vicky. Half brother to You Bet I'm Watching. 9-year-old He's Watching Gelding from 31 starts has 4 wins, over $14,000 in purse earnings, and a mark of 158-2 at Flamborough Downs at age 3. Bred by Jeff Lilly of Charlottetown. Jeff co-owns with Blair McLaughlin of Charlottetown, Danny Purcell of Upper Burlington, and Gary Fraser of Martock, Windsor, Nova Scotia. Trained and driven by Joe Baxter.
Yep, go ahead again, Rock. Yep.
And then we got the 2 Courtly Kid, who's a Courtly Choice colt out of the Roll with Joe Damn Joe sign. His Damn Joe sign had 41 starts, 4 wins, over $49,000 in money, and a mark of 153-3 at Dover Downs at age 4. Bred by Winback Farms of Chesapeake City, Maryland, purchased for $13,000 US at the Goshen yearling sale, owned by Stephen Downey of Crispam, New Brunswick, trained and driven by Ricky Armstrong. On your screen right now, you see Ricky in the blue. And we have 1 fine Dalvey Beach, a fine diamond filly out of the Some Beach Somewhere Dam Zootopia. Half sister to Thuman, 5-year-old betting line gelding, who from 48 starts has 12 wins, over $62,000 in money. A mark of 155 and 3 at Flamborough Downs at age 5. Bred by Gary McPherson of North Wiltshire. Purchased for $2,000 at the Atlantic Classic sale. Owned by Joe Baxter of Kensington, Sean Baxter of Falmouth, Nova Scotia, Jean Baxter of Spring Valley, and Shannon O'Rourke of Greenwood, Nova Scotia. Trained by Joe Baxter, driven by his son, Sean Baxter. And the 4 is Too Big, Too Rig. Sports Raider colt out of the Westport Hanover Dam, Salzburg Ocean. First foal from Salzburg Ocean, who had 52 starts and 10 wins, over $54,000 in money. A mark of 154 and 1 at Charlottetown Driving Park at age 3. Bred by Jennifer Ritchie of Kingston, New Brunswick. Purchased for $5,500 at the Atlantic Classic sale. Owned by Peter Gilby of Lance, Nova Scotia. Trained by Joe Baxter and driven by Kenny Murphy.
And Rock, we got to send out a big thank you and a shout out to Zach Conway. Zach provided us the notes last week on the different horses, and this week in Summerside as well. So shout out to Zach, and thank you for
Zach. Thank you very much, Zach, for all your hard work. I know, as a writer myself, that is a lot of typing and research and everything else. So kudos to you and thank you.
Thank you to Zach. Thank you to Julie as well from the PI Harness Racing Industry Association. And we got to thank April Myers and Adam Walsh, who were down helping get the horses onto the track this morning.
Just texting April right now to make sure she can hear me good down there.
Okay. I know she always wants to hear you. And again, it's a lot of work behind the scenes, Rock. We see them on the track, but many hands it takes to get them onto the track. That's right. So again, thank you to Adam and April for their help this morning.
And all the horsemen for putting your horses in there too. Peter,
absolutely.
I think you mentioned it, but thank you again to all the horsemen and for Kenny Murphy coming up this morning and Paul Angel, and they help out Ryan Darash and all the rest of them. So it's great to see them all here this morning.
Kudos to everyone and a big thanks.
Another winner in this morning's draws, Greenhawk gift certificate, is Joe Baxter. So I will deliver some of these down to Joe Baxter's barn because we do have some winners all from the same barn. So I will take these down to the barn after these training sets are over.
They'll be happy to see you with those.
I think they will.
One more reminder, Rock.
There it is. Monday, May the 18th, post time 12:30, featuring that $2,000 guaranteed aisle pick 5, the low 15% takeout. Races 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there are some qualifiers here today, Peter.
That's right, coming up at noon. So again, we'll get those horses qualified, and before you know it, It'll be race day, and we'll be going on the 18th.
And there was 4 good qualifiers last evening in Charlottetown. I was looking at the
Oh, I
results.
know, and full fields as well.
And qualified a big 27-2 closing quarter, I think.
Yep, It'll be Tough Enough qualified last night.
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody's sort of coming out now.
Yep.
And we'll be ready for racing at both tracks. Set number 5 on the way.
And there you see our final set, 4 of them on the backstretch. You see Bedham Good and Ready, Panther Hanover Colt, Jeff Lilly co-owns with Blair McLaughlin, Danny Purcell, and Gary Fraser, trained and driven by Joe Baxter. We got Courtly Kid, a Courtly Choice Colt. Was a $13,000 U.S. purchase at the Goshen Yearling Sale by Stephen Downey. Trained and driven by Ricky Armstrong. We got One Fine Dalvey Beach, a Fine Diamond filly. Joe Baxter was a $2,000 Atlantic Classic Sale purchase by Joe Baxter, Sean Baxter, Gene Baxter, and Shannon O'Rourke, with Sean Baxter in the bike for trainer Joe Baxter. And we got Too Big, Too Rig, a Sports Rider Colt, bred by Jennifer Ritchie of Kingston, New Brunswick, $5,500 Atlantic Classic Sale purchase, owned by Peter Gilby of Lance, trained by Joe Baxter, and driven by Kenny Murphy. 4 of them across the track here as they come down the stretch.
Think they're going to go here, Rock, too. A little bit of a bobble, but looks like they might go again.
And there they go. And coming out in the middle for the lead, that is
3, I think.
One Fine Dalvey Beach with Sean Baxter. Setting in the 2-hole, that is Bedham Good and Ready with Joe Baxter. Coming away third is Too Big, Too Rig with Kenny Murphy, and trailing early, that's the 2 Courtly Kid.
Yeah, for Ricky Armstrong, sitting 4 right now. So the 3, One Fine Dalvey Beach, like you mentioned, $2,000 Atlantic Classic Sale purchase, Fine Diamond 2-year-old filly. And on the front here now with the 1 Bedham Good and Ready, again, that's Joe Baxter in the 2-hole, and that's a 2-year-old colt by Panther Hanover. Panther Hanover, 15 lifetime starts as a sire, up over $300,000 in earnings, pace 3, 147-2 at the Big M.
Sound is gone in the barnyard, boy.
And here comes a move by the 4, Rock, Too Big, Too Rig. And we've seen this a couple of times in the sets today.
Yes, with Kenny Murphy.
Yeah, and Kenny's done that before.
He's the one that's done it. This is the 3rd time now. Right to the front at the half.
Yeah.
We haven't got any times because I didn't start my watch. But heading into the 5/8 turn here now, and Too Big, Too Rig with Kenny Murphy has taken the front. Leads by a length and a half over Sean Baxter, who has One Fine Dalvey Beach. Joe Baxter in 3rd there with Bedham Good and Ready, and trailing is Courtly Kid as they go on up the backstretch to the 3/4.
Yeah, Too Big, Too Rig, and that's a 2-year-old colt by Sports Rider. What a career. 8 wins, over $1.6 million, and pace 3 at Mohawk, 148-3.
Here he is. And here's 3 of them across the track as they come down the stretch. Peter, we got the inside with Kenny Murphy, Too Big, Too Rig. In the middle, Sean Baxter with One Fine Dalvey Beach. And up on the outside, that's Bedham Good and Ready. There are 3 across the track here. That is a good finish.
Another
with
good
the
one.
one reaching up by a nose.
Yeah, nice finish as well. Bedham Good and Ready. Joe Baxter getting up in the end. 2-year-old colt by Panther Hanover. Courtly Kid there for Ricky Armstrong. 2-year-old colt by Courtly Choice. And then One Fine Dalvey Beach. That was Sean Baxter. 2-year-old filly by Fine Diamond. And Kenny Murphy, who made the move at the half, Rock. Too Big, Too Rig. 2-year-old colt by Sports Rider.
Yeah, they all look good. And once again, thank you to everybody to put this together today, the breakfast with the babies.
Yep.
It was great working with you, Peter.
Yeah, it's good working with you, and great to see Ian Smith. He's up to claim his prize.
Just come up to get his prize. Ian did.
Boy, what a great owner through the years, Rock.
I guess.
He had a lot of great horses. Good to see Ian this
Certainly
morning.
did. Yep.
Congrats to him, and congrats to all the winners. You're going to do some deliveries later on.
Some deliveries, yep.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you Thursday night in Charlottetown for the races. Actually, don't forget about the qualifiers today.
That's right.
You
There
can
is
watch
qualifiers
them
today.
You can watch them at 12
online
noon.
at 12 o'clock.